Alright, nextgenwalkthroughs.com, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 Legendary Guide, and I am playing as Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
So right, what we're doing here is infiltrating the anti-registration base to try to stop their...
Okay, now, how different does the pro-registration base look like? Or is there a infiltrate the pro-registration base mission when you choose?
There's a protect the anti-registration base when you're anti-registration.
So you're in this exact same environment. So there's no, it's not like you're missing out.
They're very similar.
It's not like you're missing out on new levels.
No.
When you choose one path versus the other.
Right. So basically, the game's divided into thirds.
Okay.
The middle third is pro or anti-registration. The beginning and end are the same.
Okay.
So, and then the middle third is pretty similar. Either way, I mean, you're fighting different superheroes,
right?
One way or the other, but they're very. You're not like. It's not like a
heaven and hell,
right?
Kind of thing. Like there's two completely.
It's
different
almost
worlds.
not worth replaying just to see the other side.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was.
Unless you're really into the game, then it is.
Unless you want all the achievements,
right? That too. But yeah, and it doesn't like span the whole game either. You know, it's just for the middle third of it, which is kind of weird. Usually, if you choose a path, you take that path to the end, kind of.
Right, you take it to the grave. But not in this case.
Nope.
Lazy developers. Well, I don't know about lazy, but it's just...
Well, it's lazy developers because they're almost the same path either way. I don't think it's lazy because they meet up 2/3 of the way through. I think that's okay.
It's financially... I mean, they probably have stats that say that, you know, such a small percentage of people actually complete the games that they buy anyway. That what's the point of making two entirely different second chapters when most people aren't going to complete the game, let alone play through it a second time to see the alternate path?
Yeah, and you have to consider, is that a big enough selling point? You know, because, you know, when they're doing this, they probably think of things in terms of sales.
Oh, right. Now, that's not necessarily the developer's choice. Oh, no, it is in some regards, but a lot of it's the publishers dictating how much time they have. And the publishers,
how many man-hours?
Yeah, well, how much money they have to spend on man-hours, on salaries, what cutoff date they have to make to print the games and get them in the store shelves by September 12th or whatever day this game came out. And the developers deciding what is the best use of their time. Because there's finite amounts of resources.
Yeah, at some point they're like, alright, copy-paste levels.
Right.
We don't want to make new levels.
Right, because that's a lot of effort for something that's not going to get seen.
Spider-Woman!
Now, when you switch, when you choose anti or pro registration, does that affect
characters?
What characters you can choose for your team?
Yep.
On the second and third chapters? Like,
you can't be...
I know you choose either Iron Man or Captain America's team.
I don't think you can be them the rest of the game. I think they're like too important.
Okay, so you can't be them after the first chapter. But are there any other characters that are eliminated from your team? Whether you choose pro or anti? Or am I asking too complicated questions?
I know for sure it's Captain and Iron Man.
Okay.
I think there's some other ones.
But they're eliminated from your team regardless.
I think there's some other ones like Luke Cage, Liu Kang.
Liu Kang
is
Johnny Cage.
He's really for anti-registration, and like Stretch Armstrong from the Fantastic Four is very pro-registration. So I'm not sure. But there's definitely characters that are tied to one side or the other.
Okay.
If I didn't register, I wouldn't have this snazzy new costume.
So what are we doing now?
Fighting Spider-Woman, and I am
Right.
Spider-Man.
You're Spider-Man. So is there any relation between
I
the
have
two?
no
Like,
idea.
is that Mary Jane dressed up, or
No, or I don't know anything about Spider-Woman.
are you in love with Mary Jane?
Yeah.
She's
MJ.
your main thing. She makes you feel alright.
Yep.
That song's about weed, actually.
Oh, I thought it was about the mountain at Winter Park.
Oh, Mary Jane.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's about marijuana.
Oh.
Marijuana.
All right, we beat Spider-Woman.
The shield agents could take Spider-Woman in, but the base is still sealed.
Your entry point, as promised. This is an old Hydra terrorist base. I recognize the layout. You can get around the blast door through here, but there will be another sealed door inside. We don't have time to wait them out. They could have stockpiled months' worth of food and water. I will bring Spider-Woman to the detention center. You head inside and find a way through that second blast door.